Hi everyone. So in today's video, I'm gonna go over making a minion mod for Final Fantasy XIV. Um, and I guess just getting straight into it, there's kind of two ways you can approach this. You can either do like an actual character, like I did Yu Narukami from this Persona Q like model, but you can also do like props. Like if I look up like the Allegan Melon, this would be a much more simple minion to do, and you could just do like a static object with this one. But today I actually wanted to do like a full-on character minion. So if you're looking for something more like this, stay tuned because we'll be going over how to do that today. But I might release like a small follow-up video doing like a static object instead, but that's much easier to do. So I'm just gonna use the Garaha TM minion because this is really easy to get, and it also has good human proportions, and it doesn't have anything like blocking the mesh in any way. So when we go to like rig it and stuff like that, it'll be easy to do. Alright, so really quick before we start the video, I was using this plugin. It's really good for just adding simple attachments and re-rigging stuff quickly. It's free and it still works in Blender, what is this, sorry, Blender 5.1. So I would say definitely download this to, just make the process a bit easier for yourself. You might have to go over and do some manual weighting, and I'm sure we're gonna have to do that in this video, so just definitely give this a shot. It's good for just quick, rigging and stuff like that, and it works pretty well, so I'll leave this as a link in the description of the video, but we'll go head on over to Blender now. Alright, so now that we're here in Blender, all you're gonna do is just import whatever minion you're using as your base. Again, I'm just using Grahatia because he is going to work well for the model I'm using. So you would just import him as an FBX, the same as we've done in all of our other videos. And then here is our character model I'm going to be using. I'm going to use the Persona 3 protagonist from Persona Q. And really quick, I'm just going to do some cleanup on the model really quick. Alright, so once you have your model in a place where it's all the meshes are combined, or they're separated, or however you need it to be, I'd probably just recommend combining your meshes first. But there's a good chance that whatever model you're probably using is probably one or two materials anyways, so the final model of this one will probably only be like two materials. But anyways, so we're just going to go ahead and basically shrink this character down and get him as close to the size of the Grahatia minion as we can. So I'm just going to select his armature and then press S, and we can just start scaling him down. And he's very, very tiny, so just keep that in mind. Minions are super tiny. And that looks about right. So that should be good. Oops, sorry, I'm going to just hit Shift-C to get him right here. And if we go to wireframe mode, we can see that he's almost lined up, but we're going to have to do a few things in pose mode just to get it looking the way we want to. So I'm going to hide Graha really quick. And then I'm just going to make a few adjustments to my character. I just want him to have some closed fists to just have like a kind of more natural hand movement. So if you guys don't know what this butterfly icon does, it basically just makes it so that you can mirror bones on both sides. So really quick, I'm just going to go ahead and mirror bones, and also I'm going to just do it from It's usually a median point, but I'm going to do individual origins. So it basically just moves at their, you know, at the center of their own bone. So really quick, I'm just going to do this. Alright, so our Persona 3 guy's looking pretty good. He's got his hands closed. So at this point now, I'd probably like to just start kind of lining up the arms as best I can with the actual minion's arms. So you can see that his hands go about all the way out here. If you look at material preview, they're out here. But our characters are a little bit shorter, so all we can do is we can just hit S. Make sure you have this on so it goes on both sides of the butterfly. And we can just scale it up. So when we do this, just bear in mind that the mesh is definitely going to like distort, and it might look a bit goofy. So now his arms are like a bit long, but we have to exaggerate some parts when making mods because some things aren't just going to be one-to-one. And I feel like it's fine. Most people probably won't notice, but yeah, it's just something to keep in mind. Next we can see that Graha's legs are like kind of bent, sort of. You can see they don't really go straight. So we're going to have to do that too. We're going to line up the legs from our character, and we're just going to tilt them slightly. So we're going to kind of just go like this. So all I'm doing is I'm just rotating the legs right here. So I'm just pressing R. And we can get the feet kind of moved like this so they're flat. And then I'm going to hit G. So I'm just going to hit G to move it. Just like that. And now they're pretty lined up almost. I'm going to just move them back a bit. Just so that they get nice and like center with Graha Tia. So those are looking pretty good. I think I might, yeah, I'm probably not going to move that bone, but it's okay. Just adjust the legs a little bit. Kind of just have to make minor adjustments until you get it to like a spot where it looks okay. So that's looking good, and that's good. The last thing we want to get is just the iconic large head. So all I'm going to do is, if you see this character has a neck, he basically has a neck, and then it also has a head. So all I'm going to do is just kind of scale both of these up a little bit. I'm going to try to do the neck a little bit less. But if we look here, if we turn off Graha, you can see that the collar definitely like goes a little bit crazy when we do this. So just keep that in mind with whatever part you're scaling. And some parts might look a little bit weird, but for a minion it should be okay. So I'm going to go back to wireframe mode just so I can kind of gauge where I want this. So I'm just scaling the neck right now, and I'm going to scale the head. I think we're pretty close. I don't want to make it too big, but just enough to where it gets like lined up really. So I feel like this is looking pretty good. So again, at this stage in the process, it's really going to just be like a trial and error and seeing what scales and like what doesn't for your character. So I feel like my character is looking okay for now. I just want to go really quick and just check every part. I think the body is looking okay. So this should go through okay when we go ahead and merge the models here in just a moment. Gonna just move the origin of the model just a bit so those legs are kind of in there. Hands are looking okay. And so are the arms. Gonna use G to just move the arms a little bit. So I'm just moving them up right now. That's looking alright as well. If you see these little wire bones right here, these are the actual bones for Grahatia. So if you see, I can move them. This is ideally where you'd want the like loop cuts right here to be, because these are like the original, you know, this is like the original armature for this model. You'd ideally want to have it there, but sometimes it might not work out, which is alright. Just try your best, really, is all you can kind of do. Oops. Alright. So at this point now, I think I'm going to be good to go. I think I might move the... Oops, not that. That is Graha, we don't want that. We're going to hide that armature really quick, and we're going to go to pose mode on the Persona 3 guy. And let me see. This is the upper body. I'm going to move it just slightly. Let me see if that looks okay. Yeah, it still looks alright. So I feel like he looks alright. I think I'm gonna try to merge it now. So at this point, we want to basically apply this transformation, and usually the way I do that is I just come over here and I just apply sorry, I apply my armature modifier just like this, go to apply, and then I hold shift and left click all this whole hierarchy. I'm just going to do object apply all transformations, so that's good. Actually, really quick, before we do that, so okay, we gotta make sure this still works. I'm going back. We want the modifier again. Before we do that, and make sure it works. Yeah, okay. Before you do this, sorry. Duplicate this collection just to make it a backup, and just in case you need it. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna right click and do duplicate collection. So now at this point, I'll apply the modifier, apply, then highlight this, objects, apply all transformations. Then I can delete the armature. So now we're just left with him. Alright, so at this point, we can get Graha back. And this is where we will use the plugin that I got from today. So I'll show you really quick how to install this. So if you just go to Edit, Preferences, you'll just go to up here, to the add-ons, and you can just do Install from Disk. And then you'll go to wherever it's located, and then you just search the name of it. So this would be Quick Attach. You just do Install from Disk. It should say it's installed. You search it, and all you do is just hit the check mark to be on. So that's all you do for installing that plugin. Okay. So now that we have the plugin, you'll see this. If you press N while here, just in your layout, you can now see these are like plugins. So I have screencast keys, but I also have this one. How this works is you just click to the meshes that you want to combine, and they should combine, just, you know, as long as they, well, it can combine anything, so we're just going to utilize it and just combine the two meshes together to be on one rig, essentially. So I'm going to click the Makoto Yuki one right here. I'm going to hold shift and then left click Graha. I'll do attach to target object. Okay. Now he's like face planted out on the floor. Should be alright. You can just hold control and then left click and just kind of get him back up like that. So it should be good. And then now we can basically just start testing it. So I'm going to drag him and hold shift and left click or I'm just gonna, all I did was, I'm gonna just drag him the Graha collection. Oops. And then I'm gonna hold shift and hold left click at the same time and put him on the armature. So there you go, he's on there. And at this point, we can just start testing it. So I'm gonna hide Graha. I'm gonna give this a shot and really just hope it works. Okay, so it seems like it is not working. I'm not sure why. Okay, it moves, but in pose mode, nothing is working. I think I have an idea why. So, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually just going to delete this modifier, and then I believe I just forgot to clear the vertex groups. So you see all these old vertex groups. We really don't want them, like whatever Blender implicit is in these old finger bones. We really just don't want those. I'm just gonna click this drop down and do delete all groups. So that we like basically reset it. So now he's just a static mesh. He's like literally nothing. He doesn't got bones or nothing. So at this point now, let's try it again. So I'm gonna click Makoto, and then I'll shift left click Graha, attach to target, and then we're gonna just go ahead and get him back up there. And then I'm going to try this now and see if that did anything. Nope, still didn't do anything. Alright, hi guys, so I'm back. All I had to do is I just moved his mesh around a few times, and I was able to get him to follow the rig pretty well. Like, he was like a little, like if I can describe it, he was like a little bit outside here, and he needed to be like more inside. You can see like the arms are more lined up now, like as good as I could do it. Same with the legs. They're pretty much as well as I could. Body's a little bit far back, but it's alright. And the head's right there. So now if we had Graha, we can just start kind of testing the rig and seeing like what issues we need to fix manually. Like straight up, I can tell you that we definitely don't need these bones right here. Like this is just the monstrosity. We really don't want this in our model. Yeah, so first things first, really, just testing these, make sure they're okay. They seem fine. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, and then the arms are like okay. they're like good enough for this mod. It's not really that big of a deal. Okay, so and hands, yep, hands are pretty good. Legs can be a little bit better, but it's alright, we'll work with it. Yeah, so it's alright. So if you look at the name of these bones, I-L, and I-R, and then Mimi, R and L, we definitely don't need these. So we can go to our Makoto Yuki, or whatever, Makoto Yuki Persona 3 guy model, and we can actually just get rid of these vertex groups by pressing minus. So we'll do that, and we can get rid of Mimi as well. And really the only thing do you see this QB bone? This is like the neck bone. We want to parent this whole head basically to this bone, because it's the only one we need. We don't have ears, and he doesn't have eyes that need to move, unless you'd want this to move. I personally don't, so I'm just gonna rig everything to this bone. So the way we do that is we click the mesh first, then we go to weight paint, and all we're going to do is we're just going to go to the vertex group, and we can now see the heat maps for everything. So if I go to wireframe, this just allows me to see it a little bit better. And I'm just going to turn my weight to 100 and kind of just start painting over the area of influence up here. And you got to make sure you get like under the head and stuff like that. And I'll show you guys a quick tip for getting spots that you might not be able to get normally. Also, you can use the bracket keys, and this will make your cursor smaller or bigger. So let me get this area on his head, that vertex. So like, yeah, if you see those like parts right there, you could like hide portions of the mesh, but all I'm gonna do for this is I'm just gonna go to select here, and it tells me like what's, you know, rigged already. And some parts might not be weighted 100%. Like this is like one, the weight influence is 1 here. But all I'm gonna do, since there's that part that was hiding up there, I'm just gonna select here and just assign. So now if we go back to the weight paint mode, you can see that part up there is like good to go. And I think I'm also gonna do just a little bit more here. You can also use the butterfly here. This should mirror any weights. And I think that's looking pretty decent. So now let's try to go back to pose mode. And yeah, we can see that the head is working nicely. These bones won't do anything. We can just leave them though. They're not hurting anything. But yeah, you can see that his head works nicely. We'll go into material mode just so you guys can see that. So the head's working nicely. And I think we should be good. I don't think there's any other glaring issues, but I'll definitely check really quick on weight paint. We go here. So Sebo, this would be like the chest area, I'm assuming, as per the heat map here. It's a little sloppy, like really not the greatest, but it should do for now. Let me just see if I can bump this down a little bit. We'll go 0 weight right here. We might not want these parts weighted, but I'm not entirely sure if it's actually gonna break anything. But we'll give it a shot, it's alright. So I'm just going around to these vertex points and just removing the weight influence right now. It's a little bit of a tedious process, and some models are going to have better weights than others. Again, this is not a professional, so my weight painting is going to be pretty horrific and sloppy. But that is looking better than it was. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So that's the head, this is the chest. We definitely don't really need the tail. I'm gonna just remove these parts because we don't need them. This is for that tailbone that we just don't have. Hopefully it should still work. We'll test it in just a moment. Lots of just trial and error and just seeing what works here. So let me go to this pose mode really quick. That's fine, honestly. We don't even have a tailbone. I might actually just remove that weight, but let me just check this. This is the important one. This is like the hips. Like that looks fine to me. This is the like root bone, just moves everything. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do really quick here is I'll just click the mesh. I'm gonna press tab, and then I'm gonna select this. Well, actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set the weight to 0, press all to select all the vertices, and I'm gonna assign it 0 weight for the tail. I'm also gonna assign it 0 weight on tail B as well, because we really just don't need them. So now if I go to pose mode, you can see it's not moving at all, which is what we want. And then let's test the hips. So these are looking good, so it still has influence for the like back part of his what do you call it? Like his coat. Sorry, I couldn't find the word. The legs are okay. Deforms just a little bit. Let me check this side as well. Yeah, but I don't think the depth immersion is gonna be that strong in game. And this is okay. This is not great, but like, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, so at this point, we're pretty much good to go. I'm gonna do one final adjustment here where I'm gonna add an outline to him. So I'm just gonna do that really quick. I'll speed this section up. Alright, cool. So I added my outlines for my character that I want to do, and I think he's pretty much ready to go. So as we do with most of our other stuff, I'm just going to copy the name of Grahatia right here, and then I'm just going to delete him, and then I'm going to paste the name on, I want to do it on him first, just the base. So it'll be part 0 for him, and then for him I'll do part 1.0. It's doing some weird thing where it's like kind of renaming it. Kind of weird because I do have my other minion right up here who has the similar name in his collection. I'll just... Oh, it's not this one. Yeah, it's this one. See, he has these names. I'll actually just give these a new name. Just some arbitrary number really quick. Just gonna do that. Go back to Graha. Give this, whoops, sorry, part 0, part 1. And at this point, should be good to go. As long as you got everything weighted good, if you're okay with it, should be fine. And we can just go ahead and export to TexTools. So I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, so here we're on TexTools, and we're just going to go ahead and start importing our character. The first thing I would like to do is just make a quick, we'll make 2 materials, or you'll make however many materials you need for your character. I need 2, because I need 1 for the character, and then I need 1 for my outlines. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that really quick. So I'm going to go new material, we'll just do B. I'm going to put this preset as a, I'll just do diffuse specular, should be fine. We want to make sure we load our color set so that it clears the old one. We'll do load, make unique, and then save. Okay. And then I'm going to do one more material for C. We'll load preset. Mask should be fine. I don't think we need anything else. I'll do diffuse and mask, and we'll load color set, make unique, and save. I don't think we need anything else for this one. Mask, index. Yeah, this is fine. It should be okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and load our model, and we'll just navigate to the path. And then quickly here, we're just going to open the editor to assign the materials. So for part 0, we'll do B. Part 1, we'll do C. We'll hit confirm. I'm not sure if this warning is going to give us any errors in game, but I'm going to keep this in mind right here, and we'll check back on it later. I actually don't know what this means. It's just saying there's some weight corrections. But hopefully it should be okay. I'll definitely, something might be wrong with the rig, but we'll check that out in game. So we're going to go to B, and then we're just going to go ahead and start loading in our textures and such. So for me, should still be here. Yep. We'll save this one. Normal's fine. For specular, I'm gonna load up just this black texture right here. And then index, we'll use that base one we were using from the other mod. And then this should be for the outlines. So this one, we'll just go ahead and make this completely black. Normal's okay. Mask, I'll just put this as black as well. I'm not exactly sure if we need this even at all. And then the index, will do the index texture we've been using. Save. And he's looking pretty good, so hopefully this is fine. We'll go ahead and test him in game, and I will go ahead and do that really quick. Yeah, you can see like part of the mesh is just like sticking out there. We don't really want that. At this point, we'd probably want to go back to Blender and check like any parts that are like messed up. It's like right away I can literally see this. I don't actually, that actually might be like that. It might be, actually I think that's just a crease in his jacket, but if you see like any weird deformations or anything that might not, like, that isn't supposed to be there, this is probably the time where you'd want to go back to Blender and just make any modifications. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and try to just export him. And yeah. Whoops, sorry, I'm gonna do from items. Oh, it says I don't have saved changes. Yeah, we wanna make sure we save this. Definitely save your stuff, sorry. So yeah, I'm just gonna create mod pack from items, search Grahatia, select all files, confirm, just name this P3 Hero Minion, create mod pack. I'll actually just do just like I did the Narukami one, and we'll save this. We should be good. So we're gonna go ahead in game and test it out now. Alright, hi guys. So we're in game here. We can see we got our little guy. He's working quite nicely. Just from moving around, you can see he moves, he walks, follows me. But there's a big issue that I encountered. I wish I recorded it, but I'll tell you guys the fix that I did. So if you guys watched the weapon video, you might recall that we did something where we went to the material here, and we went to edit model, or yeah, we went to modify mesh, and we like cleared UV and cleared the vertex colors. I had to do that again, and it fixed my model personally. I just went here, I did modify all vertices, I cleared the second UV, I cleared the vertex color 1, the vertex alpha, and the vertex color 2. The reason why I did that is because he had like holes in his face, and also his hair didn't appear at all. So I'm assuming either I'm pretty sure for this model specifically, the mouth and the eyes, they are separated so that they can like change and stuff like that, which would be good for Blender, but for TexTools everything is just completely static. We don't want to change it at all. So just keep that in mind. If you encounter any weird issues, it's worth a shot. Just clearing the second UV because we don't need it, and also clearing vertex color 1 and the alpha, and also this one as well. Definitely give that a shot, but everything seems to be working on my end. I know this video is a little bit complicated, and it definitely can be specific use cases for certain people. Like, sorry, what I'm trying to say is everyone's experience might be different when making these mods, but I hope that I at least am like showing you how to create like a basis for it and what to do. It really works if you have like more simple models like this. Don't try anything like super complex, especially for minions. But yeah. So we got our guy here, and he's moving and all that stuff. But I still just wanted to let you guys know that, just in case you encounter some issue like that. So that'll be the end of today's video. But thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys in our next episode. So take it easy.